Okay, guys, so a few of you were struggling with some of these challenges, so I just wanted to give you challenge slide number 4. That's all I'm going to give you, but hopefully it'll help you. Some of you guys said you were spending like 3 hours. That was not what I intended. I was hoping to be about a half hour to an hour. So I'll check to see how much work you put in, just because I have all that info from Desmos. And that'll be how I determine whether you actually get a good grade on it or not. It's not if you completed everything perfectly. So for challenge slide number 4, you'll notice I use 2 equations, both of them cosine. The first one is this red guy right here, and I actually took a cosine equation, I flipped it because I wanted to have a minimum right there. And then I did a few things. I increased its amplitude so that it would hit all the stars. I also moved it up a little bit, 4.5 units. And then I also put a 0.2 in front. Remember that 0.2, all that does is change our period. And remember our period for cosine is 2 pi divided by that 0.2. So that really increased the size of my period quite a bit. And that's why this guy's so stretched out, that red function. Right? And as you can see, it's kind of following along the path of those stars. And then our blue function here is what I use to kind of get the balls to go down to that function and have enough speed. I wasn't sure whether the marble would go to the right or left, so I kind of gave it both options. And the way I do that, the way I cut off that function is by doing a domain restriction. That's the -7 to 7 there. Okay, so for this function, I used cosine again. I changed its amplitude to 2. I also put that 0.5, so that changed its period a little bit as well, and I shifted it up quite a bit. And when I launch, this is what ends up happening. It looks like it goes up to the right, but then it's going to come back down, and yeah, we hit all of them there. Right, so you kind of have to get clever with these, especially I think the main thing was the domain restrictions there. Now, if you can understand the domain restrictions, that makes it a lot easier to create functions that'll get you all the stars.